In there, my son. How's it going, everybody? Hello, 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 hello. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little transfer update news video for you, general news Manchester United video for you for the afternoon, guys. How are we all doing today? Let me know. I'm coming through loud and clear. Smash a 69 in the live chat if I am. Anyway, hope you're all doing well today, guys. There's a bit to get into. We're going to give you all the latest news to do with Manchester United, all the transfers. Rafael Varane, Jadon Sancho, and the rest of it, guys. We're going to get into all the latest updates of the news. So, how are you doing today anyway? Thanks for getting in here and joining us, guys. Hope you're all doing well, having a great day. Travis, hello, Gungshi. You didn't get the notification for this. What's going on with YouTube? It's amateur hour. Hey, Kurt, Kayam, MUFC fan, Star-Lord, Numero Uno, the special one, Berber, Travis, Johnny Gallagher. Everybody, thank you very much for getting in here. Really appreciate you stopping by. So the latest update, guys, all it is really is this afternoon. There's a few other things to get into as well, but the main thing we're going to talk about is just an update from Fabrizio Romano about an hour ago, who has come out and just said Manchester United are still working on Sancho deal, but will also be focusing on a new centre-back this summer. Rafael Varane already in the list since months ago. Man United are also aware of a release clause in Pau Torres' contract. 65 million euros this summer, not 50 million euros. So yesterday we spoke about a release clause for Pau Torres somewhere in the region of about 60 million. And Romano just confirming it's 65 million euros. So I don't think Manchester United would end up paying that much for Pau Torres. I think primarily the target this summer for centre-back, as Fabrizio Romano has said, is, we're focusing on a new centre-back, and Rafael Varane is, of course, the one. Now, the situation with Rafael Varane, just to give you an update, we are understood to have tabled an offer somewhere in the region of 50 million euros, but Real Madrid wants somewhere in the region of 80 million plus for Rafael Varane right now. So you're just seeing like a little bit of a to-in and fro-in going on here. Of course, they're holding out for a little bit more money. They're not going to sell right away. None of this is going to get concluded during the Euros anyway. And there's a small chance that this may just be smoke and mirrors, and he's going to sign a new contract at Real Madrid. You just never know. They did get David Alaba in there, so it seems unlikely. But lots of outlets reporting. I mean, for instance, Metro today, but reporting that Real Madrid are increasingly concerned that Rafael Varane has already agreed to join Manchester United. The Spanish Giants have been locked in contract negotiations with the France international throughout this year, and his current deal, of course, expires next summer. So, but having already tabled 2 offers to extend his current deal, Real are grown frustrated with Varane's lack of communication with the player becoming a problem with the club. So basically what's happened is, obviously, they have tried to get Rafael Varane signed up to a new contract. Of course, they want a quality player like Varane. They have just lost Sergio Ramos as well, or they are about to. So he's a big player for them over the years. He's getting on. He's older now. But he was on big money, and they're understood to have offered something like 10% less. I think Sergio Ramos said that they offered him 10% less and money wasn't the issue. Money is the bloody issue here. But end of the day, they've got a bit of money to play with. Now, they did sign David Alaba, but that doesn't mean that they don't have the wage expenditure left there to basically just essentially sign up Rafael Varane for a new contract, and then you just got Alaba and Varane instead of Ramos and Varane or whatnot, So, in my opinion, there's still some negotiations to be done here. Real Madrid have tabled 2 contract offers to Rafael Varane, of which both have not been accepted by the player. They are not prepared to pay him the amount of money some other clubs are prepared to pay him. So there's a big story today, and just in general, but the link is that Rafael Varane is linked to PSG, guys. So PSG is a heavy favourite destination at the moment for Rafael Varane to end up at. Manchester United's right up there as well. We need him probably more than anybody, to be fair, because we've got Slabby Maguire and Victor bloody Dwindloff, IKEA flat packing it at the back. You know what I mean? So we definitely have some problem areas there that we need to address. So we know that, they know that. In terms of a negotiation between Manchester United and Real Madrid, it seems they are prepared to sell him right now because of the current situation, the fact that he does want away, or that he is trying to get loads more money out of them and maybe would take a better offer elsewhere. So they might look to cash in if the Offer is right, of course, my friends. Afternoon there, Star-Lord. How you doing? Everybody, thank you for getting in here. Do get your thoughts and opinions in as we go along through the show. I'd love to hear from you wherever you're watching from. And also do us a big old juicy favour and smash the hell out of that thumbs up button. Let's have a like spike. Like spike. Hit the thumbs up. Give it a share on social media if you can. Shout out to Shazad Ahmed, Aaron Homeyard, a few other dudes who give it a share on Twitter before the stream starts. Much love, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, so according to the reports, anyway, the 28-year-old is remaining silent on his future with Real Madrid. So this could be a situation where he signs a new contract at some point with Real. They've just got a new manager in, Ancelotti. It's new vibes there at Real Madrid, you know. So maybe he would consider staying. Maybe Ancelotti would do his absolute utmost to sign him up to a new contract. I would. If I had just come in and I've got a dream centre-back pairing already there, then why wouldn't you try and sign him up to a new contract? So there is the possibility that he signs up for Real Madrid, but there's also a strong possibility as well that he goes for more money elsewhere, and maybe you can argue that's not a good thing. But he's won absolutely everything there is to win at Real Madrid there. He's had a ridiculously successful few years. I mean, multiple Champions League medals here for Rafael Varane. So maybe he's just wanted a new challenge as well, and he's fully aware that he can get a better deal going elsewhere right now instead of staying at Real Madrid. They're supposed to have offered him a couple of new contracts. United could offer him more money, and certainly PSG could offer him more money. That is the current understanding of the situation. It really depends on how much Real Madrid and Ancelotti and these guys want him. But as a result, this is the reports, as a result, the club have privately concluded that Varane does not wish to sign a new deal and suspect he has already struck an agreement with another club, believed to be Manchester United. So in terms of personal terms and things like that, look, it's positive reports, but we don't know if this is anything legitimate. But we understood we were negotiating with Varane and his team. We were interested in bringing the guy in. So we should be, because he's exactly what we need as a centre-back, being a 28-year-old world-class boss. Much better than a Smeg fridge or a meatball. So I really would love to see him getting in there, my friends. Okay, so let's just have a vote in the live chat then, everybody. So let's have a vote. Where do you guys think that Rafael Varane is going to end up? Let's have a little vote in the live chat. So basically, I'm going to say there's 3 destinations here. I'm going to say I think Manchester United, of course, is one of the favourite destinations for Rafael Varane to go to. It makes sense for all parties involved, really, if he is to leave Real. Of course, Real Madrid. Let's just say Real Madrid is an option, that he stays at Real Madrid and signs a new contract. Or let's say PSG, my friends, Paris Saint-Germain. He is French. He is in that national side. He does play alongside Kimpembe. You know, there is the option there to maybe go and sign for PSG. That does make a lot of sense for Rafael Varane too. And because they're like the oil baron money bags, or whatever you want to call them, of League One, they can certainly afford to pay his wages, guys. So that is a strong destination. What do you guys think? So United, says Finley Halpin. Madrid, says Stephen United. Alex, how you doing there, bro? He says, I honestly have no idea. It's a tough one on Rafael Varane, isn't it? Like, where is he going to end up? Will he stay? Is this just a whole big ruse to try and force more money out of Real Madrid? We've seen that countless times. It could be. Or is he genuinely looking to leave this summer? Does he want to come to the Premier League? If so, we're one of the best destinations for him right now, because we're crying out for that player, and he probably knows that, and we're only a few pieces of the puzzle away. We keep saying that, but it is true, and if we get them filled, then we could be contenders. The only concern I have is just being able to catch up and keep up with a team like City, who are just constantly making strides, and if they get the players that they want this window, such as Harry Kane, etc., they'll probably be an unstoppable force, because United just aren't there. We're just not there right now. Even if we do get these players, it's going to take a bit of time. Great to see you, Alex. Agrippa Chinhara thinks PSG is the destination of choice. Varane's going to PSG, says Billy. Yes. Gungshi. Hey, Gungshi, what's going on, Gungers? Billy Sheeran, I think you know, it makes sense in a lot of ways. Gungshi says, no mention of the need for a quality CDM. What is United's recruitment strategy? Do we even have one? If our board don't get their act together and recruit wisely, we'll never challenge for anything. I agree with you. It seems like our board are just trying to penny pinch and save the money to the end of the window. It seems they could have won it done and got somebody signed already, couldn't they? I mean, look at Leicester. I see Leicester City doing business, right? I see Leicester City. Romano tweeted last night that Patson Dakar, it's all agreed and everything, and it's basically done deal. Here we go situation, right? Good signing for Leicester City. They're making strides. They're trying to build. They've got ambitious owners who are prepared to invest in the football club and get players in early, because they know that it's important to get players in early, because as soon as the Euros are over, everybody comes back for pre-season, and okay, there might be a slight break after that. Everybody comes back, and then it's back to work. You don't want to be having, it's like starting school after a few weeks of the term starting. I remember a couple of kids doing that, actually, for whatever reason. They moved to town, I don't know. And I always felt like I always tried to make friends with them and be nice to them, because at the end of the day, it's like that must be gash when you go into a new place and everybody else has started, but you come in late. And that's kind of what it feels like to be a player at Manchester United who comes in, Cavani, Tellers, or these guys who come in late. They're sort of just having to play catch up there. It takes a little bit of time to settle, and you don't get a pre-season anyway. Solskjaer can't work with these players. He can't work on a system, get that understanding, get them to gel, bed in, settle in the city. You can't get any of that because they're not there. So it's poor. It's PPP yet again by the Glazers and Woody and Matty Judge and co. PPP. Piss poor planning, piss poor performance. You can see it. Yes, okay, Sancho may well sign shortly after the Euros. But it doesn't seem like any of the other signings are going to be happening anytime soon. Trippier, low ball offer, knocked back. Varane, 50 million euros, low ball offer, knocked back. Sancho, couple of low ball offers already this summer, knocked back, negotiations ongoing. It's the same old story for United in the window. We don't go out there and get our man. Why aren't we going there and getting our man at the start of the window at least? So yeah, I'm with you on that one, Gungshi. No plan of attack, no battle plan from Woody and Judgy and co. Just going in there with the head in the sand. Yeah, again, my friends trying to save money for the Glazers. They know if they negotiate all summer long with Real Madrid for Varane, they can save a few million euros. Real don't want to lose a player who's got only a year left on his contract, who can start negotiating with other teams in January. They don't want that. They would lose a great player for free, whereas they can actually cash in now. Well, what, 50, 60 million? They're supposedly holding out for 80. But it's all part of the negotiation process. We go in low, they go in high, we meet somewhere in the middle, but it takes time to do that. Now, the argument is, yeah, you're saving money, but you could actually just spend 5 or 6 million more, or whatever it be. Okay, it is money, it's a lot of money, but then you're so much better prepared for the start of the season. You can actually attack the season, you can have a good start to the season. We don't want another season like last year where we started so damn gash, because we had no bloody pre-season. It was so badly planned. Didn't get the players in soon enough. Season started, then we're bloody signing players. It's a shambles. We don't want another season like that. So the fact that it's got to this stage already without us officially signing anybody, apart from, okay, it's not official, we've signed Tom Heaton yet, but that does look like it's... that's obviously done. Other than that shite, which is just a backup goalkeeper, we haven't signed anybody of note. We haven't improved. We haven't strengthened. It's a calamity. Same gash-tasticness, different summer. Hey there, IRA Sunday. How's it going? He says, big man, nice to be here with you again. Thank you, IRA. Thank you very much for getting in here, dude. I appreciate you. So, yes, Rafael Varane, Real are already set to lose Sergio Ramos, by the way, at the end of the month. So, with new head coach Carlo Ancelotti planning obviously for the new season, he's going to have to get this future wrapped up pretty soon with Rafael Varane either sold or a new contract, and then he can settle in for the season. Because like I just said, managers, they want to get their pre-season, they want to get their players in for the pre-season. Of course they do. They want to get their team settled, know what team is actually going to be here for the season. What's the point of having a pre-season with Rafael Varane and then he's just off to Manchester United in a month? It makes no sense. So they'll be desperate. He'll be desperate. The coaches will be desperate to get these business wrapped up as soon as possible. Solskjaer wants a player like Varane and Sancho and these guys in to work with at the start of the season. And Ancelotti will want to get the business done, whether that's selling him or keeping him on as signing a new contract. Real Madrid's view is understood to be that Rafael Varane's being somewhat petulant, though, and selfish at this moment in time. Because he's basically being silent. So they've negotiated with him a couple of times. He's just being silent at the moment. They think that he is being. This is reported by Metro, by the way. I'm not plucking this out of the air. I mean, this is semi-reputable, but I'm just saying Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos, of course, is leaving, so they're going to have to get something sorted out here now. Sergio Ramos is another option for Manchester United. He's also another option for PSG, guys. This is the conversation. So we're talking about all the different clubs that need centre-backs right now. I don't think City are going out to sign a centre-back this window. The various clubs won't be, but there's some that could do with one, PSG, Manchester United. And so these players are all going to be linked to these teams all summer long, guys. It's going to be interesting, though, because if PSG do want Sergio Ramos, in some ways, Sergio Ramos represents really good value for money because he's free free up front. You don't have to pay as much. You've got to pay signing on fees, bonuses, that sort of stuff, agent fees. But he's a lot cheaper. So in terms of value for money, for a season or two, just for a short-term contract, maybe that represents a really good purchase for PSG or Manchester United. But what you're going to see is, you would think, if PSG sign Varane, you would think maybe Manchester United would go after Sergio Ramos. You would think if PSG do sign up Sergio Ramos, then that leaves the path clear for Manchester United to sign Raphael Varane. The only worst case scenario, which is probably the most likely scenario, is that PSG sign Ramos, Real Madrid sign Varane up to a new contract, and United start the new season with Slabby Maguire and Victor Buddy Dwindloff at the back. Sort it out, you Glazer charlatans, mate. Let's get this addressed. This is a shambles. Honestly, we need to sort this out sooner rather than later, don't we? Bloody hell, mate. This has gone on too long already. Anyway. Hey there, numero uno. Welcome in the stream. Hey, on our way to 50 likes, do us a big favor. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoy these transfer videos and you want them to keep coming. Hit the thumbs up. Show your support. Give them a share out there. Nice one. Okay then, my friends. So, United have obviously identified Varane as a key centre-back acquisition this summer. Fabrizio says Rafael Varane already in the list this month. Man United already focused on getting that position sorted out, and also maybe looking at Pau Torres like we discussed yesterday. We're not going to go over that all again, but United are monitoring. Monitor FC understood to be interested in bringing in Pau Torres for the right price. He has a €65 million release clause from what Fabrizio said today, and we're not going to pay that for him, even though he's 24. He could be the next sort of PK or Ramos stature-wise for Spain over the next decade, because he's just 24, he's international now. And he is a good player, my friends. He is going to feature, he's going to play. So he is going to be a good player, and he's just getting better at this moment in time. So that's a good signing for me, guys. But yeah, out of the two of them, it's just Varane for me all day long. Right then, lads and lasses, let's get on to the next bit of information. Actually, I'll jump into the live chat for a minute and just see what your thoughts are on the Varane situation or anything. Hey there, Danny Atkins, how you doing? Kayam says Varane could go to Chelsea. Well, that would be absolutely gash, wouldn't it? Chelsea end up with bloody Varane and Haaland and all these players that should be on United's list would be an absolute disgrace. But you can see it happening, something like that, because they actually do go and get their players early. They do go and buy their man. They do spend the money. So one thing you can't really level at Chelsea's door and Roman Abramovich's door is that they don't bloody invest. He's got super ambition to win everything every single year. They don't, but they've got the super ambition to do that. They chop and change managers. He pays off these termination fees. He doesn't care. He just gets a new man in with a new direction, new players. Let's go. Did it with Frank Lampard. Going to do it this summer with Tuchel. So it is just a matter of time before they start spending big, I think, this summer, guys. Hopefully it won't be Varane, though, because we need him. We need that guy. We need him. Torres, he's pretty decent, to be honest, says ZX Fames. I'm with you, dude. I think he's a... Oh, shit, I've got it in top chat, guys. So sorry. Let me put it in live chat. Oh, crap. Loads of comments not coming through here. Nice one. ZX Flames. Yes, he is pretty decent, though. Dave Whitford, what's going on? He says Glazers still out. Of course, mate. Glazers are a complete shower of shite and a shambles. Definitely need them out of the club non-stop. Jay Subi, how's it going? Get those green and golds in there. That's right, Mikhail Kramer. Let's get some green and gold emojis in there. I love your style, my friend. Beautiful. Thank you very much for everybody who's in here this afternoon, by the way. Torres has been great in the Euros so far. I agree. Yep. Iaris says Pau Torres is a Poundland Lindelof. You think Pau Torres is a Poundland Lindelof? No, I don't think so, my friend. I think he's at the very least a home bargains Lindelof. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, at the very least a B&M bargains Lindelof, mate. A bit of an upgrade. Stephen United says, I think it will be Sancho, a right back, and maybe a midfielder, and that will be it. Okay, well, that would actually be brilliant, wouldn't it? If we finish the window with Sancho, Varane, and a central defensive midfielder, I'll be absolutely buzzing. I mean, there's this Trippier talk. That's a luxury signing, really. We've got Dalot, you've got Laird, you've got Williams, that's currently at the moment, who may be leaving on loan if we do sign Trippier, but that's not a massively important area to strengthen. You've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka there, and then you've got deputies. Now, these deputies are not great deputies, but they're still deputies, and as long as Wan-Bissaka stayed fit this season, you should be okay. So it's an area we'd like to strengthen, but it's not a priority in my opinion. Centre-back's the priority. Getting Sancho in at right wing's a priority because that gives us depth up top there as well. Greenwood can then play deputy for Cavani. And then, of course, CDM is a big problem area for us. McTominay and Fred, they're good players. Okay, Fred's doing well for Brazil. McTominay's doing well for Scotland, whatever. But they're not that great for United consistently enough. They're all right, but they're not great. So that's definitely an area we would like to see improved. I mean, you look at how, say, Pogba plays for France when he's got Kante behind him. That's the sort of difference you can have in the rest of your teammates going forward when you've got that pivot in the centre of the midfield who's just a defensive beast, wins everything, and just gets the play going again. Gets it back, wins everything, protects the back four. That is the sort of player that we need, like a real maestro in that position. Not Fred, who's jack of all trades, master Renan, or McTominay, who's good, passionate heart, but still a bang average season from McTominay the last 2 seasons. So when's it going to come? When's it going to come? The only good thing about McTominay is he's young, and I like his attitude, I like his style, and how he goes about in his character. But that can only get you so far. You've obviously got to still develop and show you can do bits for the club. And he was decent this season. Don't get me wrong. Slightly better than last season. I thought last season he was pretty gash. This season he was better, but he's still not set the world alight. He's still not been consistent enough for United. But he got a bunch of goals for United throughout the season. He was better. Not that goals is the main thing from him, but box to box, he's got to contribute. So yeah, guys, Jadon Sancho though. Somebody mentioned Jadon Sancho there. Let's just talk about Sancho for a second. So the first thing Fabrizio said was United are still working on the Sancho deal, but will also be focusing on a new centre-back this summer. So that's the update from Fab. United still working on the Sancho deal. There's nothing much to report further on Sancho. We're understood to, of course, made an improved offer. There are reports to say that Dortmund are quite happy to accept instalments, smaller amount of installments than what was previously offered last summer, but are happy to accept a proportion of the fee in installments. That's basically all there is to it, really. We supposedly had a bid the other day, 67 million plus 8 million, whether or not that's legitimate or not. But essentially, the two clubs are in negotiation still for the transfer of Sancho. Rafael Sancho and Jadon Varane. No, they're in the process of the transfer of Jadon Sancho. So give it a few weeks, guys. Hopefully, we'll see Jadon Sancho, a Manchester United player. It's looking good, but they've got to agree the amount of money. And at this moment in time, United are going in with a very low offer, and Dortmund have their price, and they're not budging. And somebody's got to give. Something's got to give. Something's got to give, really, my friends. We'll see who gives up first. Okay then, lads and lasses. So yeah, the Jadon Sancho saga rolls on. Will he be coming soon? Who knows? Declan Rice is massively overrated, says Jonathan Gallagher. Massively overrated, mate. Yeah, English hype. Unless you're paying 40 mil for him, I don't want to know. Saul is a great player. I think that would be a great option for us. Wilfred and Didi, obviously, these guys. Even Ruben Neves over at Wolves, I think would all be better signings than Declan Rice for us right now. Because these guys, like, for instance, Neves is, he's got that Bruno Fernandes connection there as well, but he's also young. He's only 22, 23. Like, he's very good passer of the ball, mate. We need somebody a bit better with it. We could do with somebody with a wand of a boot down there, like another Michael Carrick or something. We need a wand or a Scholesy. We need somebody with a bloody wand in the centre of midfield there. And Pogba's only consistent, after time, really. Howdy there, Premot. How you doing today, my friend? ZX Flames thinks Sancho is defo coming. Should have been last year there. Okay, guys, smash a 69 in there if you think Sancho is definitely coming. Smash a 2 in there if you're unsure. I'm going to say 2. You know why? I mean, yes, it does look like he is coming. He does look like he's... But we can't say that for sure, guys. I mean, I won't believe it truly until he stood next to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer holding the shirt, mate. As soon as that happens, then yes, he's coming. You know what I mean? But look what happened last summer. We went all summer negotiating for him, sacked it off and went Cavani at the end. There can be things that pop up, good offers that pop up, and we just go, hey, Solskjaer last minute decides, you know what, Dortmund are not budging here. We could probably spend that 80 mil on a centre-back and a CDM and be better placed and then go and sign, another cheaper option on the wing. So it's not 100% yet, guys. It depends on Dortmund if they're prepared to accept Manchester United's lower offer, or if Manchester United are prepared to pay Dortmund's higher offer, or they can meet in the middle. It's a negotiation, but if both parties are not happy, then it will not be agreed. So it's no way near a guarantee, guys. But yeah, it's looking good, though. It's looking good, isn't it? The Kate Cadet, he says, we are dithering mess. Classic Manchester United. Oh, yeah. We're the equivalent of bloody Dot Cotton in the transfer window, my son. No disrespect. She's got her wits about her for an old bird, actually. That's an insult. That's an insult to Dot Cotton. Because the Glazers and co, mate, they are dovery, aren't they? Culture Soldier Gear, good afternoon, my friend, lads and lasses. Hope all is well. Absolutely, mate. Hope all's good with you as well, dude. Thanks for getting in here for the transfer news. So, yes, get a like on the video if you're just joining us, guys. Leave a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Get your thoughts in as we go along. I'd love to hear from you throughout. Hit that subscribe button if you're new as well, guys. If it's the first time you've been on this channel, then please do hit that subscribe button. You can click the bell icon as well, like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda the Bells. No, I believe Ed Clownwood will pay the money. I hope so. There's a lot of 69s coming in the live chat there. That's good positive vibes. The fan base is feeling like we are going to get the business done for Sancho. But it's not guaranteed because this is Woody and Co. we're talking about, mate. If we didn't have Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head in charge of our transfer dealings, then I would say, yeah, we're definitely going to get Sancho this summer because it's just blatant, isn't it? I thought it was going to happen last year. You know, well, I was 50-50 last year. This year, I'm 65-35. You know what I mean? But still, I'm not. It's not 100%, guys. Don't be silly. It's not. This is United we're talking about. We're bottlers. Okay then, right. Let's get into the next bit of informazione, guys. Another Fabrizio Romano update. It was just last night, actually. It's just in regards to Sven Botman. Sven Botman, a player that Manchester United linked with at centre-back. So there's a few on the shortlist, isn't there? Fabrizio said in regards to the shortlist today, Varane essentially is expected to be top of that shortlist with Pau Torres in a second place, if that can't materialise. So the situation as it is, getting there myself. Thank you very much for subscribing, dudes. I appreciate you. Who's just subscribed? Thank you, Maya, Nimrang, and Nyanje Ojadika. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, guys. Really, really appreciate that. Okay then, so what was I going to talk about? Yes, Sven Botman is a player that's linked to Manchester United, but Atalanta are still trying to sign him from Lille at this moment in time, it seems. This is what Fabrizio said. Premier League clubs are interested since January, with Manchester United being one of them, but Atalanta are now pushing to reach an agreement. He's the main target as centre-back. So I mean, we are so gashing this winner. We should have had this wrapped up by now, the centre-back position, because now other teams are going in for other targets. Let's just say we spend all summer long going after Varane, by which time, you know, Sven Botman signed for Atalanta, Pau Torres has signed a big new deal or moved on, who knows? Like, if we dawdle and fanny around all summer, there's a chance we don't get bloody anybody that we want who's decent as centre-back. We end up with Ben White from Brighton for 50 million quid, guys. You know, so this is annoying. Atalanta trying to sign him. Premier League clubs are interested, but nobody's going in for him, guys. So, look, I don't know a great deal about Sven Botman, but I understand he is a very good player. He's a good pacey player and a good centre-back that would fit Manchester United's and complement Manchester United's system right now with Slabbington Maguire. But I don't know a great deal about him. He's not going to tickle my fancy like a Rafael Varane or, you know, a Sergio Ramos or a Pau Torres even. He's just more of an unknown. Now, Lille did do very well, of course, in the season just gone, so you've got to give him a bit of respect. But yeah, there's shitloads of centre-backs out there better than Slabo and Victor, says Primor. Yeah, basically all of the ones we're discussing now. You're so right, aren't you, Primor? Like, yeah, okay, one of them's 80 million and he's the centre-back for England or whatnot, and he's the captain of Manchester United. But essentially, he is just a bit of a duffer. Matt Maguire's a duffer, mate. You know, he ain't Rio in his prime. He ain't Vidic even at half cock. He ain't Vidic with a semi, no. He's this compared to Vidic, dudes. He's nothing. I don't know why I said Vidic with a semi, but either way, I'm just trying to tell you, compared, he's a shriveler. So I'm very, very critical of Harry Maguire because he is the captain of Manchester United. I expect a lot from him. He's not been the worst defender all season for us, though. In fact, he's been the best centre-back. That's not saying much, but he was the best centre-back, the most consistent. We felt it when Maguire wasn't in the team. So let's give a bit of credit to the slab. But yeah, let's get some Easter Island head emojis in there, actually, for big-time slabby Maguire. Old Billy Big Bollet smashing coppers up in Zante or whatever the fuck it was. It wasn't even Zante, was it? Was it Zante? No, Mykonos going mad in Mykonos. Maguire goes mad in Mykonos. Mate, that's coming this summer, wait. After the Euro 2020 Championship, you just wait. There's going to be a new video series out on his personal website, xxxharrymaguire.com, and it's going to be... and it's going to be Slabby goes mad in Mykonos. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, part 2. Okay, any hooser. So Sven Botman, centre backs, United are shite. We're not signing anybody. Are we signing anybody? We should. We are, but we're not for a while. That's the situation, guys. That's the situation. And we may well end up bottling it because, Varane could sign a new deal there. Who knows what happens with Pau Torres? We could end up just getting like a budget option, like a Ben White in. Well, he's not even cheap because you've got to pay that English premium. Brighton don't want to lose him. He's 23. So he's not even cheap, guys. But we'll probably end up signing some melt bag like that. All right then, guys. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question now in the live chat. And I want you to answer honestly. Honestly here now, guys. Honestly. Now, for centre-back, let's just say we do sign Jadon Sancho. But for centre-back, who do you actually think we're going to sign this summer? Not who you want to sign. I'm not asking who you want to sign. We all want Varane pretty much. Some of us want Pau Torres. Maybe a few want Sergio Ramos, but most of us. But who do you actually think United will end up signing at the end of the window as a centre-back? Ben White? Guys, I don't know. I'd love to say, yeah, Varane. Varane's the one. Yeah, no. It's unlikely, guys, because United are shite in the window at signing big-name players like that these days. I'm sure we are. We get used in the transfer window by players getting new contracts as well. Hey, we got a super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you so much there, Mad Animal Mikey, mate. You absolute hero. Really, really appreciate the super chat, dude. He says, hey, pig, here's a couple of quid. Have a cider on me, mate. Thank you so much, Mad Animal Mikey, mate. Yeah, happy days, mate. It's summertime right now, so cider would be nice. It's actually a bit chilly today, though. What's going on with the weather right now, man? Was that our summer just gone, was it? We had 2 weeks of nice sun. It's fucking over. That's the summer gone. Hey, thank you so much, Mad Animal Mikey. That's awesome. Ramos for free, says our Kings. Pau Torres said it last summer, says Mr. Miyagi. No one, says the culture soldier gear. Dude, I thought that couldn't happen last summer, but it did at centre-back. So, hey, stranger things have happened. Kate Cadet thinks Torres. Michael Winston, Ramos from a Chelsea supporter. Ramos for free. Smacks of a Manchester United transfer, doesn't it? He's the Cavani of the centre-back, guys. And Varane is the Sancho of the centre-back. Last summer, what did we do? Negotiate with Sancho. Ended up getting Cavani, the free, older, different option, cheaper option, basically. Same thing with Varane this year, guys. Varane is essentially the Sancho deal. He's the £70 million signing, or the £60 million signing that we should make, but we probably will bottle it out and get somebody like Sergio Ramos on the free. I mean, I wouldn't actually mind that so much, because I think Sergio Ramos is still a great experienced defender and can add a lot to our team right now in terms of leadership and just bollocks. He's got some bollocks, Sergio Ramos. I like that. And he's a leader and he's competitive. Now, he is a bit injury prone. He is aging. He's not going to play all the time. He's just one for the squad. He's not going to play all of the time, I don't think, but definitely I would take him. But I think Ramos is more likely than Varane as well right now, peeps, because of the money involved and the fact we've got many areas of the team to strengthen. If I was actually Solskjaer right now, just like looking at, say, Haaland this summer or a striker this summer, I would be thinking, yes, it's not the area that we need to strengthen right now. Let's address that, next year in regards to the striker position, I should say. Sorry. So the same could be said for for some of the other positions in the side, but certainly centre back is the one, isn't it? That's the one. Big up, Pig, and everyone in the chat. JB, how's it going? Probably Phil Jones to sign another contract, says Billy Sheeran. Hey, there's 90 of you legends in here right now. How you doing today? 64 likes on the stream. Let's get that ratio up. Smash the thumbs up button if you just get in here, guys. I'd appreciate it. And get your thoughts in, guys. We're going to discuss all these things throughout the show. Torres says, talk on you. Yeah, okay, so sorry, that's what I was going to say. So it's like a Sancho Varane situation of last year. Sancho, we ended up getting Cavani. This is like, we should get Varane because he's 28, in his prime, getting better, but he's going to cost more money, a lot more money, and we probably will end up going for the budget cheap option, which is Sergio Ramos for a season. He provides depth there for the centre-backs, he provides experience as well, and he can still do a good job for a season or two. But realistically, we should be signing Varane as our marquee big-time signing for the next 7 years. But what it would do, Solskjaer, is it would say, hey, look, we can sign Sancho, this summer, which sorts that position out for the next decade. We can wait off to improve and sign the striker position next summer because we've got Cavani here for now. And you can do the same with centre-back, essentially. You could get Sergio Ramos for the season. And then essentially you can have Ramos, Maguire and Bailly, and then you've still got Twanzebe and Lindelof and Jones there, unfortunately. So you've got plenty of centre-backs, probably too many. You might have to sell one of those or two of those, but essentially you're fine for that position then. We should be. And then next summer, when Ramos is aging, if he's just signed a year deal or a 2-year deal, I think it's going to probably be a 2-year contract if you do sign Sergio Ramos, unless it's a big money contract for 1 year, simply because Real offered him a 1-year contract and he said it wasn't about the money, it was the fact that he wanted a 2-year deal and they only offered him a 1-year deal, so that's why he's leaving, essentially. So he wants a 2-year contract, he wants a little bit more of a time on that contract. So it'd probably be a 2-year deal. But what would that mean? It would mean that United are okay for centre back this summer. We're okay for striker next summer. And these are going to have to be addressed next year now. So it gives us time. It gives Solskjaer a budget to spend money in other positions. So the CDM and, of course, Jadon Sancho, with a club with ambition, would address all our areas. But, it does give us a little bit more transfer kitty. Probably saves, 40 million quid. Now, he's going to be on slightly less money per week as well than Rafael Varane, I would have thought, on the new contract. You never know. I don't really know what Sergio Ramos is holding out for, but or how much he would sign for. But I think Varane could command a bit more money at this moment in time because he's younger, guys, and he's in his prime. So it's cheaper in that sense too. It means you can strengthen other areas of the team this window, and then next summer you still have that. You still got to address it. You just go and sign a centre back next summer and a striker next summer, or hope that Greenwood's just come onto his own this year, deputising for Cavani, has turned into an absolute beast. Mason says Real Madrid want 50 million for Varane, not 80. Well, it depends which report you believe, to be fair. There's some reports to say that United offered 50 and Real Madrid knocked it back and they're holding out for 80. So there are, plenty of reports to say that, but it's, a lot of it is just speculation. Like we say, I mean, there's no direct line to the bloody transfer committee at Real Madrid to find out how much they're, so it's just hearsay. But I personally think 60 million pounds come the end of the window would sign Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. Come the end of the window, not now. They're holding out for a bit more, but like they will be aware they're going to lose out on a player who can leave next summer for free unless they cash in now. So 60 million is better than a kick in the anus. So in my opinion, that makes a lot of sense for them to cash in £60 million. They're not going to get a lot more than that for him. They might get 70, I suppose. He is a world-class centre-back, but he's got a year left on his contract. Where's the value there? He could just leave on a free in a year's time and make huge money himself, and they lose and get nothing. So I think they'll be more likely to accept a good offer now than not, especially if he's not prepared to sign a new contract at Real Madrid. If they sign him up to a new deal, fair enough, that might happen. Anon is 30 says one more like for 69 likes, dudes. Nice one. Thank you, Anon. Hope you're doing well today, bud. I love all the members in here, guys. Check out all the members in the live chat today. Shout out to the Bacon Brigade. Get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in the live chat to celebrate being a part of the Brigadiers, such as Mad Animal Mikey, Anon, G Wolf United, Jonathan Gallagher here, Travis, of course, Primot, Finley Halpin, Mikhail Kramer. Guys, thank you, every one of the members in here, and all the non-members as well. Thank you very much for getting in here. Have your say. Get your thoughts in there. I want to hear from you right now, my friends. So, Rafael Varane, guys, Pau Torres, Sven Botman, Kalidou Koulibaly, Sergio Ramos, somebody, Ben White, somebody has to come this summer at centre-back. It's not going to, we're not going to get any better next year, even if we sign Sancho, unless we sign that centre-back. And when I say Sven Botman or Koulibaly or any of these guys, I'm just saying names. Realistically, it's Varane who we want. If we can't get Varane, I would personally like to see Ramos or, there is Pau Torres, who's a great option as well. But I just like the world-class stature of the previous two aforementioned players that I mentioned. Okay, so I've got a quote from you for Kieran Trippier, guys. Kieran Trippier, when asked about his season and his future, he says, I have improved a lot, especially in my defending with Diego Simeone. I have matured as a player and I have gained a lot of experience. It's been 2 great years in La Liga. Trippier, of course, United supposedly had a 25 million euro bid knocked back. They're holding out for 40. They're in no rush to sell him because they like him and he played 26 times for them in La Liga last season and had a good season winning the championship, winning La Liga. So they're in no rush to sell him, but it's understood that Atletico are kind of a little bit cash strapped this summer. compared to, you know, previous summers, and maybe they would just like to get a little bit of some money back on an aging Trippier and reinvest it in the squad, because, you know, Simeone is going to still want to sign players, and in order to do that, they might have to finance it by selling some of their other players. Now, Saul Niguez is obviously another player, their centre midfielder, that I would love to see at United, but there's no talks, there's no real links at this moment in time, unless it's all going on quietly, but it doesn't seem like Man United are really going for Saul at this moment in time. There were some links. I want to see him come. I think he's the player for us in that CDM position. Gungshi said it earlier, you know, everyone's saying it. CDM's the position to address. Forget your Sancho in a way. In a way, we've got Greenwood there, we got Cavani, Rashford. In a way, that is not the worst front three you could imagine, especially towards the end of the season where Cavani was playing great and Greenwood got like 7 in 10 in the league and stuff. He was bossing it. Now, I don't think Greenwood's best position is right wing. I think it's striker. So Sancho, he is obviously needed, don't get me wrong, but it's not the key position that needs strengthening in the team, really. We've been linked with transfer business in the centre-back position, the CDM position, the right-wing position, the right-back position, the striker position this summer. Realistically, it's centre-back, it's CDM are the two most important positions to strengthen, in my opinion. And Sancho, of course, would be great. What do you think, guys? I'll tell you what, guys. What CDM or what central midfielder would you purchase this summer? Tell me in the live chat. Me, I'd go with Saul, because I think it's realistic. We could sign him for not a huge amount of money. I think it's realistic. He's 26, just won La Liga. Great player for Spain and also, of course, for Atletico. So I think that'd be a wonderful signing, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility. We could definitely pay him more than what he's on at Atletico. So get your thoughts and opinions in here. Let me know what you would do if you were Solskjaer. Locatelli says, Vinny Halpin, great shout, mate. Yeah, he's had a great tournament, hasn't he? Never really saw much about him before this because I don't watch much Italian football, but a very, very good player so far this tournament. I'm very impressed with Italy. What a team. Yeah, absolutely smashing up. And Locatelli, brilliant player in that midfield. I could certainly see him wearing the United shirt. I could. But look, it's early days, of course. And like I would say about them as well, people go, oh, Italy, they could win this now. Okay, let's see them play somebody who they actually, you know, have a 50-50 chance of beating rather than teams they should smash. Because their group was a good group for them, guys. They faced 3 teams, of which all those teams, Italy, on paper, should win. So, yeah, Locatelli and the Italians absolutely smashed it, and Mancini and these guys, they bossed it with their tactics and their style of play, scoring all those goals, winning the group, all 3 games, bossing it. But let's see how they do against the Germans or, Portugal or Belgium or France or any of these big bollocks teams. Like, there's a very strong possibility they crumble. So let's see. But he does look great, Locatelli, man. I must say, I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just saying the team, in my opinion, hasn't faced a stun. They haven't actually lost in like 30 games or something, though. But in terms of like stern tests in this championship, they haven't had one yet. And Didi, if it was possible, says Gungshi, I feel that he would be fantastic. Basuma's a great cheap option as well, Mason M. Yeah, why aren't we talking a little bit more about Basuma? There's other teams being linked with Basuma now. Arsene Hollands, I believe, are one of the teams being linked with Basuma. Basuma's a great young player, could be available for as little as 25 to 30 million. Maybe a bit more than that these days, to be fair. But, you know, Basuma, Brighton, if they'd have got relegated, then yeah, but probably maybe 40 million. I don't know. How much do you think it would cost to sign him? I mean, he's a cheaper option than pretty much all the other players, is what I'm saying. So, you know, if you were to get Ruben Neves, and I imagine he'd cost a lot of money to sign him from Wolves right now, 50, 60 million pounds plus. I would imagine, indeed, he would be 90 million pounds from Leicester. They don't want to sell. Why would they? You know, and they're actually adding players to it, which we aren't doing yet. So they've got ambition. They're not going to want to sell their players. So yeah, it's who's realistic as well, isn't it? Kessie, that's a really good shout, James. Yeah, what a great player he was against us last summer. For AC, last season for AC, did look really good against us. Very athletic, box-to-box, powerful player. I really liked the look of him as well, and I think he could be available too. But again, there doesn't seem to be any strong foundation for any links with Manchester United to Kessie right now, which is a shame. Verratti, what a great signing that would be, Primo. Yeah, if United had any bollocks about us, maybe we could pull that off. I just wonder if Paul Pogba's future is in doubt. You know, there's the whole talk about him signing a 400k contract, potentially 400k a week contract, potentially. I don't think it's good value for money. I'd like to see him sold and we cash in this summer rather than letting him go again for a second time on a free, We don't want that scenario again, for him leaving us and we get nothing out of it. He needs to be sold this summer, or okay, he signs a new contract more in keeper with his current contract, or less, which is probably justified. But but yeah, I could see him being used as a make weight for a transfer for somebody else, whether it's a PSG player like Verratti or whatnot. Who knows? I doubt it though. I doubt it. Let's get Ruben Neves as the K Cadet. What a great suggestion. Ruben Neves is the man, mate. At Wolves, 22 years old, 23. Portugal international. Got those Bruno Fernandes vibes. You know him and Bruno are going to get on like a house on fire. Player for United, my friends. Deep lying playmaker. Good defensively also. Can spray a pass. Can score a goal. Pure technique. I rate him a lot. Only getting better. Ruben Neves. What a signing that would be, guys. Honestly. That'd be a great signing. That would be a great signing. It's unfortunate we don't have the bottle to go and do these things, it seems. There's no links to Ruben Neves right now. There bloody well should be. Starlord says Neves has a 35 million buyout clause. I mean, I find it hard to believe because I just think Ruben Neves has been such an impressive player over the last season or two. Certainly last season for Wolves and some of the goals he's scored, like that banging volley, some of these, he's just been... I'm surprised that there isn't a queue around the fecking door like a COVID vaccination centre right now to sign fecking Ruben Neves from Wolves, guys. If he's only 35 million, if you're telling me that's true, which I personally struggle to believe, because I think if it was, now I could be wrong, but if it was, then there'd be a queue around the bloody door to sign him, man. I like Neves too, says Gungshi. Matthias Delight, yeah, lots of money though with Carrara and Dyer, that's the thing. I like him, he's a good player, very good player, but... It's about the club you're getting it from, the length of the contract, who's prepared to pay for it, and all that sort of stuff. Hey, over 100 of you legends getting in here today. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you to Aditya Anup for subscribing as well, and Afoma Prince. Thank you, Afoma Prince. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, lads and lasses. Also, do us a big favour. We're closing in on 100 likes on the stream, so smash the thumbs up if you're on YouTube watching this right now. Get in there. Never would be a definite upgrade. Neves would be a definite upgrade on McTominay. Absolutely would be a definite upgrade. Yeah, I agree with you. And he's a bit younger. He's got that, he's just got that vision. Vision is an important thing for a playmaker, a deep line playmaker. That's the whole point of it. And that's what essentially he is for Wolves. He can play more advanced. That's what I like about him. He's very versatile midfielder. But he can play a defensive deep line playmaker role really well. But he can also play, like, let's just say Bruno got injured or something, and you didn't have Pogba or whatever, you could just slot him a bit further up and he's going to be absolutely fine. So that's what I like about Ruben Neves. He's a very, very good all-round footballer, great vision, great passer, and good, solid defensively as well. Oh, okay, Star-Lord. Well, that's fantastic. I mean, yeah, if it's a 35 million deal, then let's get him in. Let's get him in. He might actually leave now. Nuno Espirito Santo is gone, says Mikhail. Yeah, well, have they already got him in? Or I think Wolves are working on another Portuguese manager, aren't they? So they have got this squad of full-on Portuguese vibes, and it makes sense for them to go and get a player in, a manager in to try and get the best out of that set of players again. That's why Nuno signed all these Portuguese players, because he rates these Portuguese players. He can work with these Portuguese players. And he's got that core of Portugal there. They're still there, guys. Now, either they're going to have like a fire sale and you're going to see Wolves all of a sudden after Nuno going, then just not have that same ambition and maybe sell a few players off. Or maybe what you might see is them, appoint a Portuguese manager and continue. Billy Sheeran says, Pig, Romano said Saul is a target if Donny or Pogba leave. Damn right, yes, and he absolutely should be, my friend. Saul should be a target. I mean, there's the biggest target, what pisses me off about United is the biggest target, certainly if you look at the PR machine, now, whether that's United put it out there or it's just press, media talk, paper talk, the biggest target for Manchester United as centre defensive midfielder this summer seems to be Declan Rice. That seems to be the one that Solskjaer is touted as wanting to bring to the club. And that, to me, is a big error. He's good, but he's not great, my friend. I don't want him, to be honest. He's okay. He's good, but again, what are we doing? He's basically just the English Scotty McTominay or something. Like, we're giving him too much credit. I think sometimes some of these players shine in a shitter team. And he's had a good season this season, and a good team this season. But, he's not even the best central defensive midfielder in his fucking team. So, in my opinion, I don't want him. I'd like to see one of these other guys we've mentioned. Somebody with a bit more technical ability in terms of being a pass master as well. Not that he's not good on the ball, but I just think, he just doesn't inspire me, guys. I don't want us to spend 60 million on Declan Rice. That is a waste of money. He's literally the CDM version of Slabby Maguire. You know, no disrespect, but he's overrated and overpriced, just like Slabby Maguire. And he probably will come in and do a good job, but I want somebody to come in and do a great job. Where's our Roy Keane? Where's our Scholesy? Hell, where's our Michael Carrick, our Darren Fletcher? Because we're missing those types of players, guys. We don't have them. It's a disgrace. I mean, look at well, I was talking about this last night, actually. Darren Fletcher at Manchester United. He was so much better consistently than a player like Paul Pogba, yet Paul Pogba's a world star. Darren Fletcher wasn't a world star. I mean, he was a star in, you know, for United fans and Scotland fans and all that. And his career was cut short with that stomach problem, which is a big shame. But essentially, he was a boss for us for a number of years, whereas Pogba is garbage. We don't have that midfield quality like we used to. Our B team, our B midfielders used to be better than the first team that we've got now in midfield, if you ask me. Yeah, Pogba's a big player on his day, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not bothered about that. Half the time he's rubbish. And then McTominay and Fred, same goes for them, really. Half the time they're very consistent. Half the time they look like a bunch of buddies rank amateurs out there. Hey there, Myint Kayor. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel, dude. By the way, Dan James hasn't even been good for Wales in the Euros gash player, says Finley Halpin. Oh, bit harsh, mate, bit harsh. He's still young, Dan James, mate. Give him a break. He's just a whippersnapper headless chicken, mate. Greyhound chasing a rabbit up the bloody sideline, mate. That's all Dan James is, man. There's a place for a player in the team like that. Trust me, there is. You need a nippy winger sometimes. Bring on late in games, stretch teams, take the ball forward, you know, keep hold of it, cause problems. He's lightning. He's lightning fast, guys. But he ain't the best player in the world. He ain't the most intelligent player in the world. He hasn't got the best vision. And he hasn't got the best technique or execution. Yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. He's a runner. He's a sprinter. And that's fine. You need that sometimes, guys. I like him as a squad player. I think, yeah, it's good to have a player like that who's just like a road runner. You could just bring on late in games sometimes. But starting games, he shouldn't be anywhere near the starting 11. But I don't think he will be. I think he'll just be a squad player. He might get sold. He might get loaned out to Leeds United or whoever the fuck wants him. But me personally, I'm okay with him being at the club. We need a backup in, you know, some of the wide positions, and that's all he is. He's just a backup. He's clueless as Finney. Yeah, he just runs into danger all the time, mate. He literally just runs into defenders. Good, 85.5 says Meet Kevin. How's it going, Meet Kevin? Everybody, thanks for joining us today. Sorry if I've missed any of your comments here. 007, what's going on? He says, since I'm the only one who grapes in this room, I'll be honest. Every time Man United plays bad, we always say most of the players not good enough. We don't need a CDM. We need half a team replaced, e.g. Chelsea. Half team replaced, you think? Well, nearly half a team. I'd say we need a third of the team replaced. I'm happy with the goalkeeper, to be fair. You know, some could argue not, but we've got two good goalkeepers there at the moment. It's not a problem area, really. Left back, I'm happy with Tellez and Luke Shaw. Right back, I'm happy with Wan-Bissaka. Bruno, I'm very, very happy with. Rashford, I mean, I think I will be happy with him, and he has been good, but he's still a bit inconsistent. Cavani, I'm happy with. Sancho, I will be happy with. But the other positions in the team, I think there's, you know, at least four positions that we should have better players in. So you're actually almost right. It is almost half a team. 4 players out of the 11, in my opinion, are not good enough. Both the centre-backs, sorry, Harry, but that's just my opinion. Both the centre-backs are not good enough. And both the central midfielders are not good enough either. So that's my opinion, guys. So, yeah, 4 players. And then actually, you know, the Sancho, so it's five players, guys. It's 5 players. And because we haven't got Sancho, so it's actually 5 right now because we haven't got Sancho. Aaron Homeyard, did Dortmund accept or reject Man United's latest offer for Sancho? Still in negotiations, my friend. So the latest, just to give you the update, guys, if you're just joining us right now, Fabrizio Romano came out about an hour or so ago on Twitter just to give us an update as United fans with what's going on with the Dortmund Sancho pursuit, my friends. And this is what he said. Manchester United are still working on Sancho deal, but will also be focusing on a new centre-back this summer. So there you go. We're still working on it. Nothing's been accepted. Nothing's been officially rejected right now. It's just understood United have tabled an offer and negotiations are ongoing between the two clubs. So that's the situation as it is, guys. It's a boring update, but that is the update. There is no more. There is no more information on it. They're negotiating. Now, the problem is the Euros are on, so it's not going to get wrapped up before then anyway, I don't think. So just enjoy the Euros, guys. Hopefully behind the scenes between now and the end of the Euros, United and Dortmund can reach an agreement for an amount of money they're both happy with, which is probably going to have to be closer to Dortmund's end of the spectrum, it seems like, than United. But if we're prepared to pay the money, they're going to hopefully get it agreed in the next couple of weeks. And then shortly after the Euros, you will see, Sancho announced as a Manchester United player. That's the best case scenario, but it's highly possible we sharp the bed and don't sign any bastard. So that's the latest update for you there, Aaron Homeyard, in regards to Sancho. Just a couple more little things to get into, guys, and then I'll get back into the conversation. Thank you so much for everybody who's joined us. We smashed 100 likes on the video, by the way, and we've got a couple of new subscribers as well. Mario Chakarov, thank you very much for subscribing, Mario Chakarov. And Mayint Kayor, thank you for subscribing, guys. Yeah, nice one. Right then, so just a couple more little things to get into. So the Athletic reporting today that England is set to name Slabby Maguire in their starting 11 tonight for Euros 2020's match against, obviously, Czech Republic tonight goes. So Slabby wasn't featured in the last couple of games. He's just coming back fresh from injury. Just wanted to give you a little update if you didn't know about Harry Maguire. I mean, it's not 100% yet, but this is a report by the Athletic simply saying that Maguire is expected to replace Tyrone Mings anyway in Southgate's starting 11 tonight to face the Czech Republic. So I hope he plays, guys. I hope he plays. I hope he's fit enough anyway, and I hope he plays. And it's also expected that Jack Grealish will start for the game as well. So there you go, just an update on Harry Maguire. Good news, of course, our defender is coming back. Now, he is a big slab of a man and a fridge and all that stuff, but, he's good for England. I think we need him. I think we need him for England, and we need him for United right now because we don't have anybody better. Sadly, we need somebody better, but we don't actually right now. We need to sign a centre-back. So there you go, guys. And in regards to Andreas Pereira, there's a little bit of news on Andreas Pereira, of course. The negotiations underway. Hope for an agreement to sign Manchester United player. Situation is serious. So obviously he was on a season-long loan at Lazio, and it says here Mauricio Sarri has asked Lazio to bring Andreas Pereira back to the club. Negotiations are underway with Manchester United and Lazio. Are hopeful an agreement can be found. However, Manchester United need to be convinced it is. So, look, in terms of Andreas Pereira, I mean, I don't think there's... Let's have a vote, actually. I was going to say I don't think there's anybody in the club who wants to keep him, but do you want to keep Andreas Pereira at the club? Keep or sell? Andreas Pereira, keep or sell? So these are the reports anyway that negotiations are underway between Lazio and Manchester United for the sale or even another season-long loan for Andreas Pereira at Lazio, guys. So there's a little bit of an update for you as well. Maurizio Sarri wants to bring him in. He's 25 years old now, He's shite, isn't he? He's not 20 anymore, guys. He's 25, Andreas Pereira. He's crap, mate. He never did jack all. Defo Sell says 20 Legend. How you doing, 20 Legend? Sell says KNG. Pereira out says Numero Uno. Mahaste says Sell. Sell says our Kings. Yeah, he's not a very popular individual around the club, is he? And what's weird is he was actually given quite a few opportunities last couple of seasons and never did anything. I don't know why he kept getting selected, actually. Star-Lord says Sell, but I did have high hopes for him. I did as well at one point. I agree with you. I did, but yeah, not anymore. He's just another Gabriel Obertan or something for us. Maybe that's a bit harsh. Gandhi says, have we even played him this season? Sell him for fuck's sake. No, not really. But last season we played him quite a lot and he was rubbish. Promote two young lads to the first team, says Numero Uno. Very good call. Yeah, that should be the United way anyway, shouldn't it? McKay says Sell. Would you join in on the Kane bid, says KNG? In an ideal world, if this was United 20 years ago, we would be leading the Kane bid and we would get him. But now, no, I mean, we're not going to get Harry Kane right now, guys. We can't spend that money on him. We can't spend the weekly wages he's probably expected to get, a few £100,000 a week plus. Well, we can do that, but we can't spend £100+ million on him. Even 100, I don't think is feasible for Man United. Whereas City, they're going to apparently spend 100 million guaranteed plus players or plus a player. And as it was reported yesterday by Fabrizio, there is some players on the shortlist. Understood. Sterling, Laporte, a couple of others. Gabriel Jesus was one of them as well. So these are good players. We can't offer the same sort of a deal unless, I guess you could do a Pogba swap or something like that. But we're not gonna, he's not gonna want to sign for shitty Spurs. The problem is it's Spurs as well. But yeah, we're not going to spend that amount of money, guys. No way. The problem as well is even if we did spend that amount of money, even if we did buy Harry Kane this summer, it doesn't actually help us as much as you would think. Like that's not the problem here. We've got Edinson Cavani up there. You know, he's mint. Greenwood backing up. Martial's still around the club. Don't know if he's going to be sold, if he's got a place in the team. But he's still here. We've got players there. So we don't actually need Kane. Yeah, Kane's better than all of them at goal scoring, I would say. Just look at his stats in the league for Spurs in amidst a struggling season. So he is better than them right now. You have to say that. But it's not the problem area of the team. The centre-back position filled with a top quality player like Raphael Varane is going to get us more points than us not addressing that centre-back position and go and assign Kane. So in my opinion, it's not even the right timing for United to go and sign a player like Kane right now, or Haaland or any of those guys. Yeah, they're great players, and if you can get them, you should. But we don't have the club with the ambition to do it. We're only going to be signing, what, £150 million worth of players this summer? Maximum. So it's not going to be all on Harry Kane. And that's maximum, guys. That's if we sign Sancho and Varane. You know, that's maximum. We're not going to spend more than that unless we sell Pogba or Martial or De Gea or one of these other big players that could potentially be sold to generate a big amount of money. Thank you, COD Zombies, for subscribing. Thank you, Subu Shiam, for subscribing. Thank you, Xander Farmer, for getting in here. Get your thoughts in, all the new people in here. If you're new, smash a 1. Hey there, Glenn B. Smash a 1 so I can give you a shout out. And get your thoughts in the live chat, guys. So that's the latest news in regards to the negotiations for Andreas Pereira. And, I mean, that's basically it. England have officially qualified for the last 16 of Euro 2020, of course. But, hey, look, England watch-along tonight. We'll be doing the watch-along on the channel. If you're around, guys, make sure you get involved. Hit that like on the video. Hit that subscribe. Hit the bell. That way you'll get a notification when we post and we go live later. But anyway, get your thoughts and opinions in then, just for a rundown. Update, United working on Sancho, focused on a centre-back. Andreas Pereira, links with him to Lazio, negotiations ongoing currently right now. Fabrizio said we're interested in Varane on the shortlist and Pau Torres. Yeah, I mean, Harry Maguire back in the England setup tonight should be. That's basically the latest Manchester United afternoon news for you guys. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Now I am going to read the comment sections out for a few minutes. I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer. So get your thoughts and opinions in now. Thanks everyone in the Bacon Brigade community here for watching the stream. And yeah, have your say. Who do you think United are going to get? Smash your thoughts in there in the live chat. Let's get a little bit of debate going. Angry Gaza. Thank you, Angry Gaza. He says, I just subscribed. Thank you, Angry Gaza. I appreciate that one, dude. Flying Pig. Thank you, Glenn B. Rocky His Ulla says, sir, can you tell me when comes Jadon Sancho to Man United? In my opinion, so I can't tell you for sure because nobody knows. In my opinion, it will be shortly after the Euros. I don't think Manchester United are going to do what we did last summer, which is drag it out all summer long and not end up getting him. I think what we'll do is we will try and get him sooner rather than later, at least him. We might try and drag out some of the other signings to the end of the window like we did Cavani and Telles last year to get a cheaper deal. But I think we will actually get Sancho a bit early. That's my humble opinion. Probably a few weeks' time and just after the Euros. Because Solskjaer will want to get him in sooner rather than later. The fan base will be very, very eager to hear some transfer news. The Glazers and Woodward and these guys, they'll know that. And we should try and do something a little bit better this season in terms of planning and not do what we did last summer and have no pre-season and lose the first couple of games of the bloody season because all our players are not fit and the new players that we've got in haven't even arrived yet. And it was just a shit show last summer. We don't want that again. So I'm pretty sure they would have learned from it and they'll be eager to get the players in as soon as possible. The only problem is the roadblock there is the transfer fee. It has to be agreed between Dortmund and United. Both parties have to be happy. And until that is agreed, then you can't get the business done. So it might drag on all summer, but I just got a feeling it's going to be a few weeks from now. Angry Gaza, appreciate you subscribing, bro. Nice one, mate. Yeah, okay, so get your thoughts in here, peeps. Jonathan Dolby, McFred is 2 men doing a 1-man job, and that's very badly. Exactly. If you want something right, mate, do it yourself. That doesn't really apply here. You're gonna get in there, are you, Jonathan Dolby? No, it's true though. They're not both up to the standard. We could just get one player doing one man's job like a Kante, but no. Instead, we got 2 players doing a 1-man job. I feel you on that one. They are kind of inconsistent and disappointing. Sometimes they played brilliant together, guys, like that PSG game. You know, sometimes they've got the mobility. They get up and down well. Fred's very mobile. Fred can have a great game. You know, I stuck up for Fred for most of the season until there was a consistent period of gashness towards the end of the season, because he was actually quite good for us most of the season. He's a good utility player, or somebody to come in when you need him. A squad player. You can't have your starting 11 out every single week in, week out, every single game. You have to have a bit of balance. You have to play all the competitions. You have to rotate. And so Fred's a good rotation player. He's a good squad player, but that's it for me. Fernando Hierro Emilio. Hola, Senor Dubbington. How you doing there, dude? Tucker says when they release the new kit, Sancho will sign. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that as well. Makes sense. Makes a heck of a lot of sense, doesn't it, Tucker? I'm with you, dude. It's true, though. Yeah, KNG says, Tucker, I heard so many people say that, and I reckon you're spot on, mate. We'll drive so many more sales. You know this. You know this. So a few weeks' time, I think Tucker's onto something there, guys. Yeah. Kate Cadet says second is the best outcome. Do you know what, Kate Cadet? I can see you a lot more clearly now. Do you know, sometimes the blue spanners get lost in for some reason, like almost like my moderators almost just like blur them out mentally. But now it's like you're popping off the screen there, Kate Cadet. Nice. Callum McFarlane says, let's sign another goalkeeper. Yeah, let's get Tom Heaton. Let's play Tom Heaton centre back. And then, it wouldn't surprise me. I missed your super dad, did I, Kate? Oh, shit. He stands out a lot clearer, apart from the super chats. Hey, we got 116 of you watching and 116 likes. What a ratio. Thank you, everyone who's hit the like button. That's awesome. If you want to help this channel out, actually, one of the best ways you could do it is smash the like. There's a lot of United channels. There's a lot of clickbait, gash channels out there who are just doing it for cash and money. But you can actually help me out and this channel out and help us grow by hitting the like and sharing it around and getting involved with the community, my friends. We do things a little differently on here. We're not going to say, oh, this deal's 90% done, this deal's done deal this, done deal last year, done deal. It's all bollocks. We'll tell you as and when things happen legit. So that's what this channel is all about. It's a no-nonsense, no bullshit forum for covering Manchester United. That's my ethos about it anyway, my friends. So if there is a video on the channel, it's not going to say done deal or any of that crap until it is actually a done deal. And it's also, we're just going to, of course, transfer is speculation, half of it. We're going to talk about the headlines. There's some of the headlines, but we're not going to just beat a dead horse. Some of these other channels will put out 3 or 4 clickbait videos a day about the same old rubbish. And it gets very, very tiresome for me personally. I don't want this channel to become that. I do want to cover all the transfer news because it's important as a supporter of the club to understand, what's going on with our transfer windows and who we're bringing in and what the plan is for the season. So it gets covered on this channel, but it only gets covered to a degree, that I think it should be. So there you go. So if you enjoy the channel, support it by liking it and subscribing, get involved. Okay, thank you guys. Just a little pitch for me there. Thank you very much for listening. Mahaste Bissendoof Jr., he says, nice pig. Thanks for the updates. Great stuff, buddy. Thank you so much. Kate Cadet, by the way, I almost missed it again. He says, let's hope for another tactical draw tonight, pig. The Kate Cadet, mate, I love it. Hey, I hope we go out there and smash them up, dude. But hey, I've got draw written all over it as well, myself. I'm not even kidding. Gareth Southgate's England, my oh my, they are like Louis van Gaal-esque, my son, aren't they? Oh, well, they are so bad. They're so mundane in the attacking department where we've got such great attacking players. It makes no sense. Yeah, I don't have any confidence in Southgate, mate. He's shite. I'm sorry, he's only ever managed Middlesbrough to relegation fodder, mate. He got the relegated, then he managed the under-21s for a bit. That don't impress me much, mate. Where's your credentials? He hasn't got any. They chucked him in there because he's the biggest Pizza Hut baghead yes man they could find at the time, and he did well in the World Cup, and he's ridden off the coattails of that World Cup semi-final ever since then. Since then, England have been shite. So, and look at this tournament so far, it's pissball. I hope he proves me wrong. I really do. I hope we go on and have a great run. I really do. But I don't think we're going to, because I just think Southgate's a melter. Thank you, the cake of that. I really appreciate the £2 super chat. That man, nice one. Absolute legend. Yes, mate. Thank you very, very much. Okay, get your thoughts in. Final thoughts, guys. Get your final thoughts in for the stream. Ryan Martin, hey, how's it going, dude? Good to see you. England doing well for 10 at the back, says Top Dog. Yeah, what formation you play? 10 at the back, mate. 1 up top. Slabby Kane isolated, but, whatever. Actually, 9 at the back. That would be 1 up top. One about. Meltgate, says Glenn B. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Aaron Homeyard. Nice when he's put a considering becoming a member link in there. Oh, thanks, mate. Nice one. I'll pin that. But yeah, no pressure. But there you go. Thank you very much, Aaron Homeyard. Appreciate it. Does anyone know? Sorry, Callum. What does that say? Does anyone know, is Zachariah linked to United? Yes, he was linked to United at the start of the window, actually. Dennis Zachariah, Great defensive midfielder. Very impressive. I like him, mate. I've liked the look of him this Euros as well. I think he's a good player, guys, and I would take him at United. That's another great link there. We were talking about CDMs earlier. Who would you like to see come in? I don't know if somebody may have said Zachariah, but I missed it. But that's actually a really good one as well. He looks impressive. He's young. He's athletic. He's very good. You know, he could be like another Wilfred Ndidi for us or something like that type of player. So I rate him. I think he's very, very good. Is Kane dropped? Don't know yet, Ryan Martin. He may be. Personally, I think it's not even his fault, really. Kane didn't look good last couple of games, but he wasn't getting the service. If you get the wingers on the ball, if you had those Italian wingers, or the Italian system behind Kane, get in there, my son. He would score so many goals, guys. The problem is the system in England and us not getting the service into him. That seems to be the case for me. Hey, thank you everybody who's just subscribed to the channel. I can see Ramon Games. Thank you, Ramon Games. Appreciate it, Ramon. Mike GT2 subscribed to the channel. Michael Louise subscribed to the channel as well. Thank you so much, Michael Louise. And Gear Squad subscribed to the channel. All aboard the Bacon Express. Keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. Thanks, everyone, for getting involved. MTMUFC says, good afternoon, Pig. Would like to see Sancho tonight, but who knows with Gareth Borgate? Yes, I know, yeah. No, this is it, isn't it, mate? Grealish on the left, Sancho on the right. Blatantly. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to work it out after the last performance. Or I guess maybe you could try Rashford on the left. But blatantly, Sancho needs to start on the right. Nothing against Foden. Foden had a decent couple of games. Just didn't set the world alight. He's had his chance now. He's young, okay, he's still there. He can still come on later in the tournament as a sub or impact player, whatever. But he's had his chance. You've got Sancho there with all those goals and assists. And a great creative player just sat there not being played. It's ridiculous. Grealish as well. Think about the drive and the sort of impact he can have of the game, driving a team forward. And he's a very, very influential player for Villa. Hasn't really had much opportunities for England, but when he's played for England, I've really liked his drive, and he brings that to the England team as well. So, in my humble opinion, it is a shit show from Southgate so far, his team selection. And if he doesn't change it tonight, he's absolutely bloody brain dead, mate. Yeah, it's got to be, in my opinion, now a lot of people would say drop Kane. I can get that argument. He doesn't look fit. He doesn't look Ronnie. But I think, if you just get him the service, he can get those goals. So in my opinion, I still would go with Kane, but that's just my opinion. You might disagree. I would go Sancho on the right, Kane up top, and Grealish on the left for tonight's game against Czech Republic, guys. But Southgate, as you say, probably go with the same old tried and tested rubbish. Sterling, who fucking knows? Sterling, playing the last two games. Sterling, he was rubbish. You support the Red Devils, getting there, Viking Red. Gungshi, I want to stick my head out the window of the BB Express like a dog pig. Well, it's going to be a bumpy ride, Gungshi. Be careful. Hang on. Bell609 says, sorry I'm late up. 5:30 to go to hospital. Had a cheeky snooze. Oh, shit, Bell. I hope everything's okay. Much love to you, Bell, man. I hope it was nothing serious, man. I suppose if it was at that time, though, it probably was quite serious. I hope you're okay, Bell. Let's get some love hearts in there for a long-time legend of the chat, Bell6891. Thank you, Bell. Hope Rice goes to Chelsea so we can take Kante like we did with Matic. Pogba could stay there and we could all dream. Yeah, Jonathan Dobby. That might have happened if Lampard was still there because he wasn't utilising Kante. But now with Tuchel coming in who loves Kante, that's not going to happen. He's going to fight tooth and nail to keep it. I'm sure Kante will want to stay there now as well. Top Dog, my noun on her Zimmer frame would do well on the left. Callum McFarlane, Phil Jones over Lindelof and anyone else over Phil. I like your style. Pig, can we get Kimmich? Nah. Bayern are too good right now. They can offer too much as well. Like, we can't offer him the same that they can, just in terms of being able to win everything. Excuse me. If he wants a challenge and a change, you never know. KNG, everyone thinks he's playing for second place, so he avoids the big teams. When I feel like we need momentum, and Kane looks like his head is with the contract negotiation. Very good point, actually. That's got to affect you, doesn't it? Maybe that's why Sancho's not being played, because his future's in down there. Who knows? Maybe he's just not got quite his head in the right frame of mind. That is a factor. Kane's maybe got his mind. Nah, come on. I don't know about that, actually. They're playing at the bloody Euros. Get your head in the game. I don't get that. If I was... It's England, isn't it? It's separate, in my opinion. So, in a way, yes, I can see how it would affect them. But at the same time, you're playing at the Euros, mate, for England. Like you can't get yourself more up for that, I don't think. Thank you, 007 says, thank you for a good year of content. Thank you very much for watching it, mate. Southgate is Ollie 2.0, says Ashley Hinder. That is stone cold harsh, mate. Ollie's done bits. You know why he's not? And I'll tell you why he's not. People make these comparisons and you can compare their CVs a little bit. All Southgate did manage the under-21s and manage Middlesbrough to relegation. Solskjaer obviously managed Cardiff to relegation and also managed Molde in the Norwegian League. Won the title with them, but, you know, it's not the same. It's not comparable to a top league. So you can actually compare the CVs of these two guys pretty fairly, in my opinion. But what you cannot compare is the fact that Solskjaer's had 2 seasons in the top flight for Manchester United, not backed fully, in my opinion, by the board. In both those seasons, didn't have the teams capable of finishing the position he finally did. This year we finished second. Nobody saw us finishing above the likes of City or Liverpool this season, really, but he did. Last season, I didn't think we'd finish third. I thought we'd finish lower than that. We had a shite squad. We had loads of hangers on, like Alexis bloody Sanchez doing his Bruno Mars impersonation, and we just didn't have the team. And he still got us third place. You know what? Southgate, I'm telling you now, if Southgate was appointed England manager, let's say we got sacked. If Southgate was appointed England manager, he could spend whatever the bloody hell he wants and he still wouldn't get second place. He's shite. That's just my opinion. No way would Gareth Southgate be able to get Man United second this season just gone. No chance. No way. No way. He's not even on Ollie's level, mate. And I like Ollie as a manager, but he's not Pep level, Jose level, Klopp level. He's just not yet. He needs to win some things, so he can't compare him to those. He's a good manager. I think he's shown to himself to be good at United, but he can't be compared with the great. But he's certainly a better manager than Gareth bloody Southgate, mate. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, Destiny Pyrex Alexander, thank you very much for subscribing. Hey guys, do us a big favour, hit the like. We're almost at 150 likes on this transfer news video, so hit the thumbs up. That'd be epic if we could get that. It's been a while since we did that, I think, on a transfer news update, so smash that like if you're just getting in and haven't hit the like button. Thank you, Viking, says Junior sends his love to you all. Thank you so much, mate. Good to hear from you, Viking. I hope you and Junior are doing well. Lewis Parker, what's going on, Lewis? But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. We'll probably leave the stream there, but a very good debate there. Thank you so much. The Vutinator, thank you so much for that. Mahaste says Grealish keeps the ball really well. He gets fouled a lot, draws so many fouls. I think he's the most fouled player in the league. There's nobody better at just like drawing a foul from the opposition, knocking it past them, getting behind them and drawing a foul. Like, that's what he does. He frustrates players because he's great at taking people on. He gets past them and they just get frustrated and bring him down, man. Lewis Parker, thank you very much, dude. Yep. Thank you very much. 20 legend as well, mate. He says Ollie's gotten us third and second with barely any backing. Southgate can't do anything with world-class talents and winners. So true. That team that we've got for England, he's got fantastic players in it. Great creative talents, fantastic players. Okay, maybe defensively is a bit of a weakness for us, but attacking-wise, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Ryan Martin, Ollie is the man. Difference is Southgate wouldn't get us anywhere near second. He's championship level, in my opinion. Agreed. Exactly. There's no chance Southgate would get us anywhere near second. I totally agree with you. That's why I think Solskjaer deserves time, because he's bested Klopp this last season just gone when Klopp was, okay, they lost Van Dijk. Well, then you're a shit manager with shit planning then, if one injury ruins your whole fucking season then, if you ask me. You haven't got the depth there, then you've planned shite, mate. So, yeah, that don't impress me much. But either way, we finished above them. Chelsea spent hundreds of millions in this summer. We finished above them. So it wasn't a terrible season for United. We closed the gap with City, who, let's face it, have got the best manager in the world, are way out in front with their squad right now compared to United, and have unlimited resources with their owners at the wheel. So think about that. Solskjaer was always going to be up against that. We could never have really beaten City for the title, but we took them reasonably close. In Jan we were top. So he did a good season. Whereas Southgate, no chance, mate. He'd get sacked at January, I tell you. Ollie takes better penalties than Gareth, says MUFC. So true. The problem with the younger fan base is that they think Rome is built in a day. So true, so true. And they haven't seen like some of the previous days. I didn't. I was born in 87, right? So by the time I can really remember, the Premier League, we were already a great side. Steve Bruce header, all the rest of it. The rest is history. From that moment on, that's when my memory comes into being, really, for a fan. Because I just wasn't old enough, So from about 5 years old, that's when I really start remembering United, the teams of the 90s. And so I can only remember success. But my mum always used to say to me, and everybody always used to say to me, it's not going to last forever. And there will be a time when, United were relegated once. United were relegated. And, we had a very barren period in the 80s. And Fergie, even for the first 5 years, didn't win jack shit, and it took time. And so, yeah, people don't understand that you can't build it in a day, that there are other teams out there who are constantly trying to strive and improve every single window too, such as City with this Harry Kane offer. They're not stopping the fact that they just won the league by 14 points. They're not resting there. They got to the Champions League final. They want to go on better next year. To do that, they need to improve. You can't stay still, otherwise you go backwards. You have to keep moving forward to be able to do the business, to be able to improve. Ian Williams, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Twister Jop, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Duncan Jasson, Jamie McDonald, thank you guys very much for subscribing to the channel, guys. Awesome. Great to have you all aboard. Obiza says, got to give a manager a chance. 100% Obiza, mate. Yeah, he's done pretty good. Plus, non-stop sacking managers isn't going to get anyone anywhere. Well said. You see this managerial merry-go-round all the time. We've even done it ourselves a little bit over the last few years. David Moyes only got 8 months. Okay, in my opinion, that was justified. But, we just needed a fall guy after Fergie. There was always going to be a bad spell after Fergie. He was the fall guy. Maybe he did do a really bad job, but either way, he's shown again with West Ham he's decent. But Louis didn't get that much time, really. I didn't like his style. I hated it, though. He did win the FA Cup, and then they sacked him. Jose got us Champions League football, got us second place, wanted to be back to that summer. They didn't back him. He didn't start the season well. He said some stuff, and they sacked him. So, since Fergie obviously was a stalwart of the club, but since Fergie, we have been a little bit of a sacking club. Not as much as teams like Chelsea or, no way, but certainly we have made the chops and the changes. So I agree with you, though. We tried big-name managers, Jose, Louis. We tried a few managers since Fergie. None of them worked. The one that's actually done the best in terms of building the squad and sticking to the Manchester United ethos of developing players and just the United way, trying to get us to playing back to good football. Can't do it all the time overnight. But that person is indeed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, my friend. So I'm glad that there's other people out there that agree with me. Let's get a hashtag Ollie in the live chat and a hashtag Glazers out. It's not Ollie's fault that we're not backed fully. He could have done really good this season just gone. I keep making reference to it. In January, we were top of the league. Guess what? That's the time to strengthen then. Consolidate your position. Give him a centre-back. Go and get that Vidic. Remember we got Vidic in Jan? Go and sign him. Not Vidic, obviously, but go and sign your centre-back that you're missing. Let's win the league. They didn't. They didn't back him, so he can only do so much. The Liverpool Diction, good afternoon, bro. How you doing? Nigeria Butterfly, why's it going on? He says, why do you hate Moyes? He was just a bit of a ginger goblin at Manchester United, wasn't he? It was so bad, dude. We just won the league as well. I don't think you can really make the excuse that we had a bad squad. Then we didn't have a good squad. I don't think Fergie left that squad in the best position compared to his previous squads. But we still just won the league, and so to have a massive drop-off like that, he did have a shit show at United, mate, David Moyes. The football was crap. But he could have probably deserved to get longer, in my opinion. Not only in hindsight, not at the time. I hated him at the time. It was so bad watching United at the time. But in hindsight, he only got 8 months. That's nothing in football, really. But there you go. Anyway, Rushmano with a £10 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Rushmano. Hey, we smashed 150 likes on the stream. Get in there. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that like button. And thank you for subscribing. New subscriber, ZZXZ Ree. Thank you, Ree, for subscribing. I appreciate you. Rushmano says, sorry pig, in an all-day meeting, but Phil Jones news. Catch you for England. Thank you so much, Rushmano. Phil Jones news? Phil Jones news? Please tell me we've sacked him off on a free transfer. Please. Here's an update from Rushmano, guys. Newcastle have made contact with Manchester United over the possibility of bringing defensive trio Phil Jones, Twanzebe and Brandon Williams to St James's Park. This is from The Athletic. What? What? All 3 of them? Dude, well, maybe they get one of them. I did hear the Brandon Williams link yesterday, talking about a loan deal maybe, so maybe not all transfers. Some of these could be loans. Newcastle United, that is actually a really good destination for a player like Brandon or Phil Jones. Any of these guys where they might get some good game time and actually have a chance at a career. Because they're not going to get the game time at United. They're not good enough. Certainly Phil Jones should never play for United again. He's a disgrace. The fact he gets paid what he gets paid to just not do anything, to just be constantly injured, never even play, never even really kick up a fuss, or you never hear a story, Phil Jones wants to leave. Like Sergio Romano, and he was our backup. He was furious. He didn't want to stay an extra season not playing. He wanted to go somewhere else and play. He knows he's got a finite career. Phil Jones, on the other hand, drives his Lambo to training and loves it, gets the paycheck, doesn't even care about playing, it seems. That's what it seems to me, because if it was, then he would have wanted to move away before now, because he's not going to play. But there you go. I hope it's true, Romano. Thank you so much for the update. I really hope it's true. Phil Jones, that would almost be like signing a great player, wouldn't it? If you could get rid of Phil Jones this summer, that would be like signing a great player for me. Aaron Homeyard gets those Phil Jones emojis in there. Nigerian Butterfly says, why is Phil Jones still getting played? The reason he's getting paid is to represent Manchester United annually in the international gurning competition. There's nobody better. Free transfer for Jones. Let Newcastle take him, says Vin Ronnie. Agreed there, MTM UFC. Yeah, I'd free transfer him too. He offers us nothing. Yeah, you have to pay the money, but he's probably more hurtful just having him around the dressing room, undermining other players' positions in the team with his wages. So in a way, pay the termination fee and get rid of him. Either that or just loan him out or pay 50% of his wages to go play for Newcastle or whoever. It's a cheaper option. It makes sense rather than having him there stinking up the place, gurning all the time. Thank you, Romano. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, Rushy, if it's your first time in these streams, hit the thumbs up. We do these daily transfer updates as and when there is transfer news, of course, guys. We don't just fabricate shite like some of the other channels on here. We'll talk about the latest speculation, of course, but only to a reasonable level. You know, there's not going to be a shitload of clickbait guff on here all the time like you see on a lot of the other United fan channels, sadly. Anyway, Ian Torn, you watch Jones go to Newcastle and be world class. Mate, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? That's how you know United's broken. You see all these players like Lukaku leaving United before United scoring goals, comes to United not great, leaves United great again. Phil Jones, just imagine if Phil Jones, good at Blackburn when he was 18, signed by United, ruined by United, goes to Newcastle, he's the next bloody Phil Deeney. You know what I'm saying? The next Maldini. Could you imagine? That would really be proof United's broken. I do remember when Jones used to be decent when we first signed him, mate, from Blackburn. Yeah, I do. Okay, guys, anyone know how Southgate is still England manager? He's clueless waistcoat merchant. It's just literally because he got to the semi-finals of the World Cup in 2018 with the easiest run England's ever had. That is basically it. That's the only reason. He's just ridden off of that good fortune. And he did do a good job, don't get me wrong. You cannot fault Southgate's performance in the last World Cup. He had a pretty average squad. We defended our asses off and we got to the semis and bottled it to Croatia, the only good team we actually played. And they aren't even that good, really. I mean, yes, they got Modric, Rakitic, and, you know, a few Rebic, a few of these good players, but they are not on England's level, really. So I think that was a fail, personally. We should have beaten them. But yeah, as soon as we played a decent team, we bottled it. No disrespect to Colombia or any of the other teams that we played, but they're not top-level teams. England should beat those teams. So, yeah, Southgate was lucky. He's been lucky ever since. And in my opinion, you know, he doesn't deserve to be England manager. Now, that's just how I feel. I don't think the comparisons with Ollie are fair. People say, oh, well, why don't you feel that way about Ollie? Because Ollie finished third and second whilst not being backed by the Glazers properly. That's a good achievement over 2 seasons. This is not cup football. This is not knockout tournaments like the England team. This is week in, week out management. This is how you know, how you can gauge. We are the second best team in the league this season. That's facts. So, you know, credit where credit was Solskjaer's due. But with Southgate, no. I can't see what he's doing. I can't understand his quality players that he's got in his team, not getting the service to Kane, not having players like Grealish play over of headless chickens like Raheem Sterling, persevering with Foden when you've got Sancho there and he's not getting a look in. It makes no sense for me. His selection's garbage, my friends. Playing Kieran Trippier at left back in that first game was bizarre. It makes no sense. You have Luke Shaw there, who's had the best damn season of any left back in the league, and you're going to play Trippier in a position he doesn't play regularly in, just because he played for you in the 2018 World Cup and you like him? You're a disgrace, Southgate. You're a disgrace, honestly. Well, we got 163 likes on the stream. Thanks, everyone, for smashing that thumbs up on the vid. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon with another update around about 2:30, 3 p.m.-ish. So do get involved, guys. Click that bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell and the subscribe, and we'll be back here with tomorrow's update on the news. George Melas, if there is any, of course. Like I say, if there isn't, we're not going to force feed some bollocks down your neck like the other some of the other channels. George Melas, how you doing? He says, hope Ollie builds on a new formation which includes Pogba and Bruno in an attacking role. Fair enough. I actually personally hope we sell Pogba, because the only way he's going to sign and stay at United is if we pay him 400k a week by the sounds of it. And he's already on 300 to 350 a week. So he's not going to sign a deal for less or even necessarily the same, because he wants career progression. He could get money elsewhere, could get a bigger money contract elsewhere, maybe at PSG. So in my opinion, he's going to play hardball with the contract, and he's got the scummiest agent in the world in Mino Raiola, who's a complete vermin cockroach who will literally just do anything for money. Though he'll tell Pogba to wait it out for an extra year and leave on a free in disgusting circumstances just to get more money, if you ask me. So what United should do is cash in and look to strengthen elsewhere. Thank you very much for subscribing, Observateur. Appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing, View from Lookout. And Charlie Anthony. Nigerian Butterfly comments, 400k a week. These guys are super rich. Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it, mate? Super rich, yeah. Oh, my goodness me. Most people, most average people, it takes them 10 years. 10 years to earn that. Most average people, 10 years of hard, solid work, my friends. These guys, Pogba, he just goes on the pitch, 1 grand, 2 grand, 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand, 6 grand, 7 grand, 20 grand. Just makes that money like you wouldn't believe, son. Piece of piss. Madness, isn't it? It is mad. Hey there, Kevway Apochi. What's the update? Okay, I'm just going to give you the rundown and then I'm going to wrap up the stream, my friends. But it's been a great stream today. Thanks for everybody who's watched. 133 of you in here. 168 likes. Brilliant stuff. Thanks for all the new subscribers and all the old subscribers and everybody who's watched the stream today. But just to let you guys know, the update, Romano tweeted a couple of hours ago saying Manchester United are still working on Sancho deal, but will also be focusing on a new centre-back this summer. Raphael Varane, already in the list since months. Man United are also aware of a release clause in Pau Torres' contract, 65 million euros this summer and not 50. So yesterday we discussed Pau Torres and we thought that the transfer release clause was about 60 million euros. Romano's just confirming today that it is 65 million euros. Seems a little bit much for Torres, but he's definitely on the shortlist for United, basically. So Varane is understood to be the number one priority signing at centre-back for United. Pau Torres is in the mix as well if that doesn't materialise, and so is Sergio Ramos as another option for a free signing. Only problem is PSG and a lot of the other clubs, top clubs around Europe are also interested in some of these guys too, particularly PSG, who are understood to be interested in both Raphael Varane and Sergio Ramos. So depending on the business they do, it may affect the business we do and vice versa. So interesting to see. They might go for Ramos for a budget option, or they might go for Varane to get their prime peak man, who we should be going to get. But again, we might go with the budget option, go and get Ramos instead, sign him up for cheaper up front just for a season or two, and be able to strengthen other areas with the remaining transfer kitty. So we'll see what happens. I'll give you the updates as and when they come, my friends. But that's basically it for today. And of course, Maguire should be starting for England tonight. The Athletic reporting that. The Athletic reporting also that Newcastle United are interested in a trio of Twanzebe, Phil Jones, and Brandon Williams. I hope it's true with certainly Phil Jones. And Brandon deserves some game time. He's not going to get the games. He played 5 times for United this season, just gone. He's not going to develop at that rate. So he needs to go away. Not be sold, I think, but loaned out. Go and get the season experience playing in the top 5. That'd be great for him. And then Twanzebe, in my opinion, we should keep him and sell Lindelof and Phil Jones. That's my opinion. Sell Lindelof and Phil Jones. Buy Varane. Keep Twanzebe as a backup. But again, it's on Twanzebe and what he wants to do. Because Twanzebe, again, is getting on a little bit. He's not 20, 21 anymore. What is he, 23, 24? He's getting on a little bit now. If he wants to play regularly, he might have to think about going to a different club soon. If I was him, I would consider it, because he's not getting the opportunities at United. It's not over for him yet at United, though. If he wants to be a backup player or be a squad player, he can be that. Like I keep saying, you for every Vidic and Rio you need a John O'Shea and a Wes Brown. And those were great players, and we take him right now. But you do need a backup for every top quality first class player. Thank you for subscribing here, by the way. Who's subscribed? Eric, Rick Zan, thank you. David Johnson as well. Kevway Apochi, Observator. Thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button. Nathan Best, he's joining late. How are we all doing? Good, Nathan, mate. Good to see you, lad. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great day. I'm basically not going to give an update because I've just given an overall roundup there. Andreas Pereira also understood Lazio are in negotiations now to maybe bring him back on loan or for a sale. Sarri's interested in Pereira. So that's the other update. So there's a bit of Varane talk, Sancho chat, Phil Jones, Newcastle United interested in our players. There's Maguire, hopefully starting for England tonight. And that's basically the latest Man United news, guys. So we will leave it there. But thank you so much for tuning in. 175 likes on the stream. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We'll leave it there. You can come back in a few minutes' time, actually, if you want to keep the debate going and comment in the not live comments. So when this is finished, just come back afterwards and get the topic of conversation going you want to discuss, and we'll get the debate going in the live chat afterwards, my friends. Remu says, why is Williams ahead of Dalot? It's a joke. AC Milan wouldn't take Williams for sure. Good question, actually. Dalot's future is one that's in doubt. We don't know if they're going to be going back in for him, or maybe if we might consider keeping him. Williams is supposed to be going out on loan. Ethan Laird and these guys aren't in Solskjaer's plans, it seems. So maybe Dalot will be used as a backup this season. We don't actually know yet. But it doesn't look good for Dalot at United, though, I'll tell you that. But one thing that is good about him is he's young. He's literally 20, so he's young. And both him and Brandon Williams are young. So I think that's great. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. That's the end of the stream. Have a great day, everybody. We'll be back later with that England watch-along. So, yeah, keep a lookout for that. We'll be on like half an hour before kickoff, guys. So keep a lookout. See you then. Hopefully we smash them up. Come on, England. But as always, I'll bring you all the latest Manchester United news as and when it breaks, or if there's any updates to bring you, we'll bring you them daily, my friends. So, yeah, great show today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Take it easy. Nathan Best, Johnny Gallagher, Gungshi. Yeah, see you for the watch-along. Thank you, Gungshi. The Vutinator, have a great day. The special one, Jonathan Gallagher, and all the moderators. Thank everybody for tuning in. See you tomorrow for the latest update for the Man United news and the watch-along later. Jonathan Dolby, Travis, Aaron Homeyard, and all the members of the Bacon Brigade. Let's get some Bacon Brigade emojis in there at the end, and let's get some hashtag Glazers out, hashtag Ollians, and some green and gold emojis to end on. Kate Cadet, Bell, Kenobi, BG, Gungshi, Kate Cadet, everybody, Mikhail. See you later on, guys. This is the big. Take it easy.